Hi guys, it's BB. We're back with more Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Now, we were going to play as Megumi this time, and like an idiot, I didn't realise I was recording until about halfway through. But, we're just going to begin from the start. I am, not you. It's almost that day. The last day of June. The first day I spoke to Sachi-san, the day I confessed to her, the day Sachi-san told me she loved me too, the day Sachi-san and I became a couple. It's the day I died. I first met Sachi-san right after starting school at Shirojo, April 9th. I'll never forget that day. I'd been wandering around the school and decided to take advantage of the nice weather by going up to the roof for lunch. Sachi-san was there. I could tell right away. I mean, her uniform was the one that stood out from all the others. A black sailor uniform. It was striking, complementing her long black hair. She stood on the edge of the roof, her back to the fence. She didn't look like she was doing anything in particular, just idly observing the state of the roof. She glanced at me when I appeared, then returned her gaze to the rest of the roof. But in that one moment, I felt my heart swelling, my cheeks flushing hot. I could feel my head start spinning. It was love at first sight. This mature girl, probably an upperclassman, with her beautiful long black hair and her unique uniform. I didn't know her name or what class she was in. I didn't know what to do. My thoughts fizzled out, and when I turned back to look in her direction again, she was already gone. I thought my head was only spinning for a second, but there was only empty space by the time I looked back. She was nowhere to be seen on the roof. From that day on, I came to school with the sole purpose of meeting her again. I did everything I could. I went to the roof on my lunch breaks and stayed behind after school. I couldn't meet her very often. It was only 2 or 3 times a week. For just that one moment when I arrived on the roof, she would look my way. For that one moment. For that one moment, my cheeks would grow hot. I loved that moment. But those were the only moments I could see her. She would disappear before I'd even blinked. The spot would be empty, unoccupied. She would be gone as if she'd simply faded away. On sunny days, her black sailor uniform stood out starkly against the blue sky, the uniform that was only hers. But no one else ever noticed her. Around the end of April, I finally realized, that girl on the roof is a ghost. I'm the only one who can see her, and I can only see her for those split seconds. I understood then, but I wasn't afraid. No one else could see her. I was the only one that knew she existed, and she was so beautiful. I was actually happy about it. I wished I could see more of her, truly meet her. I wanted to talk to her, have a conversation. About what? I wasn't thinking that far ahead. But she was so beautiful, so wonderful. I admired her so much. I wanted to speak to her. I really did. I did everything I could to get to school. I went to the roof every day, many times. I could only see her for those short moments. Even if I'd sat where she'd been, I was always alone. I thought maybe I should say something to her, but no words ever came. I'd just sit there. Even doing that again and again was kinda fun. But those fun days didn't last long. My health had always been fragile. I probably missed half of all my elementary and middle school days. I'd even overheard my parents and relatives talking about how I'd be lucky to live to 15. I did as much as I could to see her after school, after I started at Shirojo. Even if I had a bit of a fever, I'd pretend I was fine and go to school anyway. I was happy to see her, and I loved the moments when she appeared. Mum and Dad worried about me, but they were happy for me too. But my body just couldn't keep up with my feelings. It was just an ordinary cold, the sort you catch when the seasons change, when the rainy season starts and the temperature fluctuates. The sort of cold normal people would recover from, with a few days of rest, but not me. My fever refused to break, it became pneumonia, and I was hospitalized. I never recovered. My last living memory is my mum looking down and consoling me as she cried. I remember thinking, even as I looked back at her, that I wanted to go to school, thinking I wanted to see her. After that, I went to sleep, and I never woke up. I don't know how much my mum cried or how sad my dad was. I didn't see my funeral either. Because by the time I realised it, I was on the roof. And I saw her, clearer than before, and she looked over to me the same way she always did when I arrived on the roof. She looked really surprised. Seconds passed, but she didn't disappear. She was there. I couldn't take it anymore. I ran straight to her. My voice is working. I can talk to her. Yes? You're... Oh, I can hear her too. Her voice is mature and beautiful, just like I imagined. And my voice is reaching her. What should I say? What should we talk about? I thought about this, dreamed about it, but there's one thing I want to tell her first. I love you. For a while, she was frozen there, a stunned look on her face. Of course, I hadn't realised I'd never even told her my name. I just wanted her to know. I wanted her that first feeling I'd felt when I met her. She held that surprised expression a little longer, then she smiled kindly to me, and thank you. That's how she responded. That was June 30th, about 30 years ago. I'd confessed to her before I'd really even grasped the fact that I had become a ghost. We spoke about each other after that, and about all sorts of other things. I've spent all this time on the roof with Sachi-san. It's always just the two of us too. The roof was deserted, no doubt due to the rain. No one had come up during lunch, and no one was here after school either. Sachi-san was gone too. This is no fun, I muttered, leaving the eaves over the entrance to the roof. What are eaves? Rain, huh? What was it like back then, on those days when I tried everything to get to school to see Sachi-san? I couldn't strain myself from going out on the roof with an umbrella, so I probably just peeked out from the roof entrance before leaving. I don't think I saw her on those rainy days. Now the rain doesn't matter. It goes right through my body. I don't feel heat or cold. I won't get wet, so I can walk around normally. It's just a matter of my mood. It's probably why I'm feeling all gloomy and melancholic. It's coming up, huh? June is about to end. The 30th is approaching. I wonder if Sachi-san remembers. It's a special day for me. The day I was able to speak with Sachi-san. The day I confessed to her. The day I became a ghost, and could be together with Sachi-san forever. I don't think she'd forget, but on days like this when we're apart after school, I get anxious. I know why we're apart. It's because Yuna appeared. Someone who can see Sachi-san and me, and speak with us. Not a ghost, but a living person. Thanks to Yuna, a dream Sachi-san's always wanted to realise may come true. Helping girls who want to convey their feelings, but can't. And allowing their love to bloom. And if this school gets filled with girl-girl couples, someone may be able to tell us how to love each other, as girls. But for that to happen, we've gotten pretty busy lately, huh? I like that Sachi-san looks happy every day, but when she's talking to Yuna so excitedly... I look down from the lonely roof, empty of even Sachi-san. Oh, it's Yuna. Yuna. Huh? Megumi, you surprised me. No duh, I snuck up behind you just to do that. I caught her just before she left the main gate. I can't go outside of the school grounds after all, so this is about as far as I can make it. Well, don't have a cow, jeez. You snuck up on me, and it's weird seeing someone out in the rain without an umbrella. I'm telling you, that's what I was hoping for. You really look like a ghost when you stand there in the rain like that. Well, I am one, the genuine article. Going home? Yes, there really isn't anything to do today. Actually, everyone's kind of in trouble lately. It's just we haven't been able to report much because of the downpour. We still need to be able to make new plans. I see. What is it? Do you need something? Not at all. I just saw you going home and decided to say hi. I see. Yuna. She suddenly appeared between Sachi-san and me. Sachi-san and I both knew she'd be coming to the roof to eat lunch since last year, but that was it, so we never thought any more of her. That thing at the end of the holidays in May was just to pass the time too. Sachi-san and I play around like that all the time. We didn't mean to tease her. We didn't think she could hear us after all. We didn't think that anyway. And yet, against all expectations, Yuna heard us. She'd seen us, and was surprised. We were surprised too. We'd barely even considered that someone like her could exist. Sachi-san and I had talked before about what we'd do if someone like her appeared, but we'd ask them to do what we'd asked them to do. But I never expected it to happen. Yet, Yuna heard us, she saw us, and she's gotten in between Sachi-san and me. Sachi-san seems happy that she's finally able to do what she's always wanted to do, and I'm happy that Sachi-san's happy, but Yuna's presence is making me nervous and irritated. She said she doesn't really understand homosexuality, and she can't since she's never been in love. That's fine, I don't care as long as she doesn't think poorly of my relationship with Sachi-san, but if she doesn't understand it now, what if she came to understand? Would she fall in love with Sachi-san? Would she fall in love with all of Sachi-san's wonderful qualities? She's kind of a recluse and shies away from getting involved with people, but she's smart and seems competent. And I guess she does have a few friends. And she is helping us out. Since Yuna got in between us, we've found and helped Maki-chan, Sasa-san, and Kiri-san, one after another. Sachi-san seems happy about that. She seems to really enjoy helping out with Yuna. Maybe she's having so much fun, she's forgotten about my important day. Since Yuna showed up. So you came to see me off? To kill time? Sure, thanks. If Yuna falls in love with Sachi-san, no, that's not it. I don't care about that. Well, see you tomorrow. If Sachi-san falls in love with Yuna, you... Huh? What? Did you say something? Not gonna lie, Megumi, that's creepy. I won't forgive you. Huh? I won't forgive you if you get in between Sachi-san and me. I won't forgive you if you fall in love with Sachi-san. I won't forgive you if Sachi-san starts loving you. If that happens, I'll really curse you. Wait a second, what are you talking about? Even I know that there's no point in telling Yuna this now. I told you before that I don't really get that stuff, didn't I? I think Sachi-san's a good person, but I've never thought about her that way before. And she's your girlfriend, isn't she? Please don't curse me because of some weird misunderstanding, okay? You're right, Sachi-san is my girlfriend. She's my most important person. I'm telling you, I get it. You know, Yuna, I became a ghost in order to confess to Sachi-san, in order to become her lover. Huh? I saw Sachi-san on the roof while I was alive. I fell in love with her the first time I saw her. I came to school every day in order to see Sachi-san. But I was frail, and I strained myself too much to go to school, and died because of it. But thanks to that, I became a ghost, and was able to confess my feelings to Sachi-san, and Sachi-san fell in love with me too. Sachi-san knows about this too. I told her after all. So, Sachi-san might think it's her fault that I died. She might think I tried too hard and died because of her. Why am I telling Yuna this? I don't know what Sachi-san was like before I met her. I don't know why she became a ghost either. Sometimes I wonder though, if Sachi-san was in love with someone like I was, if she became a ghost because she wanted to tell that person her feelings. But I don't know any of that. And I don't care as long as Sachi-san loves me, as long as she tells me she loves me. I'm fine with that, because I want to be with Sachi-san. Things that I've always thought, things hidden in my heart, things I couldn't ask Sachi-san, couldn't tell her. Why am I telling them to Yuna? But maybe I just wanted to tell someone other than Sachi-san, that I love Sachi-san this much. Even if Sachi-san feels sorry for me, even if that's why she's together with me, I don't care, as long as she loves me because of it. Even if Sachi-san has feelings for someone else. If she loves me, and will still be with me. Sachi-san said that she wanted to become one in body and soul with someone. Then she could find peace with no regrets, right? Yeah, she did say that. That's what Sachi-san believes. That's why we're getting you to help us. Hey, if that happens, if after this everything goes well and Sachi-san and I have a wonderful first time, will Sachi-san pass on? Even if she has someone else inside of her heart besides me? Huh? How could I know that? But, Yuna, if there's someone still in Sachi-san's heart, and she can't find peace because of it, if that happens, I know I won't pass on either. Because my only wish is to be together with Sachi-san forever. That's it. I do long for a first time with Sachi-san. I wonder how great it might be. But if Sachi-san passes on after our first time, I'll go with her. If she doesn't, I'll stay here with her. I want to be by Sachi-san's side forever. I want to be with her forever. This isn't a betrayal. I'm not deceiving Sachi-san. I'm helping Sachi-san because I want to be together with her, together forever. I want us to have our first time together, then stay together forever after that. That's all I wish for. Well, that was a lot to dump on Yuna. Phew, I think I feel better now. Huh? Oh, wait a second, you're just dumping all this on me? Well, that's how it is. So you'd better do your part to help, for my sake and for Sachi-san's. What the heck? And if you tell any of this to Sachi-san, I'll curse you. I'll curse you if you fall for Sachi-san too. I get it already, I won't tell her, okay? And I'll help with whatever I can. Is that good enough for you? Yes, it is. I really do feel better now. Well, yeah, probably after you just sort of dumped all that on Yuna and then told her I'm gonna curse you. Megumi, honestly. Ever since I became a ghost, Sachi-san's been the only person I could talk to, and that was great, but it looks like I've been building up some things I couldn't say to her. I'm glad I found someone I could tell them to. Wasn't really... Well, Yuna didn't really have a choice, did she? What's wrong? Aren't you going home? Get moving. You were the one who stopped me here to talk. I don't know what you're talking about. See you! I'm going to see Sachi-san. Yuna looks like she has something she really wants to say. And now she's getting angry. But I don't want to deal with that, so I'll just wave it off and head back to the roof. I don't think Yuna will say anything to Sachi-san after promising not to, and I bet she'll keep helping us as before too. She seems like she's earnest like that. Yuna's pretty convenient if I think about it that way, huh? That was mean, Megumi. And now we're playing as Yuna, and Yuna's gonna be like, what the fuck? Honestly. What the heck was that about? Megumi said all she wanted to say, then flew off looking weirdly happy about it. As I watched her float up to the roof, I found myself reluctant to leave. Give her a piece of your mind! I didn't expect to hear those things about Megumi, and those feelings of hers. What was that about? I didn't think Megumi's feelings for Sachi-san were that strong. Her words were so forceful that it was a little scary. Forceful and... is wholehearted the right word? The reason that she died, and the fact that Sachi-san knew about it. Megumi said that Sachi-san might feel responsible for her death, but that she didn't care if it was why Sachi-san loved her. She still wants to be with Sachi-san. Could I imagine that? Wanting to be with someone that badly? It was almost like she was telling herself to. Reassuring herself. Just blurting out all the things she couldn't say to Sachi-san. Yeah, I guess that was stuff she bottled up? I wonder if she'd always wanted to say that stuff to somebody. Is that why she looked so refreshed after saying all that? Frankly, I've been thinking of Megumi as more childish than that. Since she's always getting jealous of me, or threatening me, or just clinging to Sachi-san. But the Megumi who was just here was so much more... No, I don't think maturity is really it. She had a feeling hidden in her heart, one I've never known, a strong desire to be together forever with Sachi-san. Is that her love, I wonder? Well, I'll keep helping them like I have been. I was just kind of going along with it, but I don't have any reason to suddenly stop helping them. And I think Megumi just sort of had all that stuff to say, but now that I've heard it, I want her feelings to reach Sachi-san too. I think so. I don't know what Sachi-san thinks, and I don't know how much of Megumi's feelings she understands. Feelings and thoughts aren't always well conveyed to other people, I know that. But I hope that Megumi can be properly conveyed to Sachi-san. Megumi's can be. I don't want her to curse me just to take her anger out on me or something though. That would be nice, yeah. Just when I thought, well, I should probably actually get going. Yuna-san. Oh, Sachi-san.
Well, we were just talking about you.
Heading home? Yeah. Sachi-san was now also standing exposed under the rain. It really is convenient to be a ghost, but it kind of throws me off. Sachi-san slid underneath my umbrella with me. I'm sorry, it's not as if I'll get wet, but I just don't feel right standing in the rain without an umbrella. I guess that makes sense. Were you talking... Wait. Oh, were you talking to Megumi about something?
Funny you mention that.
Was she watching? But I can't tell her what Megumi just told me. I'm not sure how to answer, but... Oh, it's alright. I didn't come over here because I wanted to ask you about that. Ah, that's right. I had something I wanted to ask you to do, Yuna-san. Separate you from your usual assistants. She said, then explained this favour of hers to me. Keep it a secret from Megumi, okay? Adding that on the end. Her request was something very simple. It would make it just a little time and effort. Would take just a little time and effort. Thank you, Yuna-san. Sachi-san said her thanks and smiled when I accepted her request. Her face wore the usual maturity and kindness, but she also looked quite happy. I wish Megumi could have seen that too.
Whew. Okay, that's done. That was draining, to say the least. I don't know what to do. Everyone's treating Yuna like a therapist, and it's like, why? Why? I guess she just has that kind of personality. Some people do. Anyway, that's all I can do for now. I'll do the rest next week. Yeah, that's the usual time. So I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a good day. Bye bye!